Vishwanath has completed PhD from Kalpatam University. He has worked as a junior research fellow on a DBT New Delhi sponsored project. He also did his postdoctoral research from Sichuan Agricultural University, Chengdu, China, where he worked on some advanced techniques like RNA silencing and CRISPR-Cas9. He has worked as assistant professor at SNGC, Coimbatore, India. Later, he joined as a research scientist at Srishti Bioservices Private Limited, Coimbatore, India. Sir has published several research articles in various highly reputed international journals such as JNTV, Frontiers in Plant Sciences, Plant Cell Reports, Phytopathology Research with a cumulative impact factor of more than 40. Sir has published 3 book chapters and presented his research papers in various national and international conferences. I kindly request you, sir, to take this.
Yes, right? Yes, sir. Everyone is active on the Instagram? Yes. Early in the morning when you open, like when you wake up, first thing what you do is when you check what are the notifications. Okay? Who has liked my photos, whatever, is there any notification? Cool enough. So how many of you are active in LinkedIn? Only few. Okay? Fine. My kind suggestion. Initially I would like to do that. So that's fine if you people are good and you use Instagram. Now we are going to be the third year, right? Mostly. So next is the final year. The final year will be project. We will be busy with the project and those kind of stuff. So my better idea suggestion is to be active in LinkedIn, because once you get out of the college, it's quite difficult to get over a job. Okay? So for that purpose, we have to have the set of skills or whatever is. First one is like marks. Yes? You need a good marks, right? Yes. Yes. How many of them score like 80, 70 to 80? Around 70 to 80% marks. So most of you score 70 plus, right? Most of you. Yes, sir. So that is not a problem. Nowadays everybody gets marks. Okay, fine. Second one is skill sets. What additional skill sets do you have? What additional skill set do you have? When you go apply for an interview, okay, I could see like 10 resumes of resume. So out of that resume, everybody has scored 80 plus or CGPA 8 plus or whatever. CGPA, right? Okay, it will be 8 plus or 7 plus. So how do I differentiate? So what other skills do you have that only differentiates the resumes whichever I resume between the students? Okay, see, 3 of your friends are applying for me. You 3 are got scored equal marks, but you have got training program for specific genomics or something, whatever it is. Then whom will I look for? Only you. Correct? So that is what I want to tell. Secondly, you have to get updated on the skills. Okay? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. This is what I just said. Third one is contacts. Contacts is references. Okay, wherever you go, whatever you do apply, they will ask for a reference. In case if you wanted to do a master's, many people comes to me, you are both the same marks and you both have same skill set, and still out of you both, she has got already knew me, she didn't leave it. And she used to message me, ask me doubts, or she had to maintain a good contacts about technology or whatever it is. Then what happens? Automatically I will look for only this one, because I already knew her that she has got good marks, she has already got skill sets of genomic sciences. Third one is she already has a good relationship, she knows me, and I am quite positive that I can say that if I recruit her, I can make my work done. Yes or no? So what is my work? End of the day, if I recruit someone, I want them to complete my work, right? Yes? So the interviewer, the recruiter will think in that way where you can easily get the job done. So for that, what is the easiest possible way for me is to recruit the third person. Clear? So understand? So why do I say, why do I tell about let's go to the topic. Okay. So what is a DNA? That's it. Even 7th standard student will say what is DNA. So what is the difference between a technology student? What does it mean? 2 plus 1 means 2 genes will amplify from the virus, and 1 gene will amplify from the internal control human beings. Similarly, 3 plus 1 means 3 genes from the virus, 1 gene from the human being. Similarly, 4 plus 1. So that is the technique where all the genes can be amplified. Many primers and many genes can be amplified, and that will be detected using some kind of the probes, right? Intensity. What is it? The probe will produce some intense, like what is fluorescence. Absolutely. The probes will produce some fluorescence. That fluorescence will be detected in a different wavelength. Each and every probe, okay, psi 5, psi 3, CAT, like many types are there. Okay, it will be very important when you go to work on clinical genomics in a laboratory. Everything you have to know this. Okay, so that different dyes have a different wavelength. Like 203 nanometer, 400 nanometer, 500 nanometer. So whenever there is an fluorescence in that, based on the nanometer it will detect. So this dye has an amplification. So that's positive for the virus amplification, the gene amplification. Here, so each and every gene will be given different probes. So whenever it is amplifying, fluorescence produced, finally they will detect it. So this is how they get the results from the real-time PCR that will be converted into reports for the diagnosis, whether a patient is a positive for a virus or not. Clear with that? Any doubts? So why I am saying all this kind of stuff is I cannot go directly into next generation sequencing. Maybe you may not be understand. Okay, to make you brush up in the basics and then to know how it is getting used in the application oriented one. Clear? Okay, let's go for next level. What is the next level of gene expression? So in case of real-time PCR, you can study 3 to 4 genes or 5 genes. Okay. So the next level application we have identified is microarray. You know microarray? Yes. Have you studied microarray? Yes. So what is the purpose of microarray? What is the purpose of microarrays? No idea? Okay. Microarray is used to find the gene expression. Okay, for thousands and thousands of genes. Okay, when the number of genes were very high, like the thousands of genes we wanted to study at the same time, then what happens? They will be going for microarray. Microarray just it's an instrument where it contains a chip. Okay, in the chip, what happens? All the probes which is specific for the gene. For example, in human genes, 24,000 to 25,000 genes are present. Okay, these genes are already, sequences are already known. We already know the sequences. So we will be designing probes which is specific for each and every genes. Here, after designing the probes, that probe will be coated on the chip. No, that will be minute, micro level. Okay, that will be coated on the chip. Here, so after that, when you take a patient sample and you check it and you add it on the patient on the chip, right, and then keep it in the microarray, there will be a reaction takes place, binding, complementary. The probe which you given, right, that will bind to the DNA whichever sample you have given it. So after that you will wash it and then you will detect using the machine. Then you will, that is also probe based. So then they will find it how many probes have been attached to the DNA. So based on that they will find the expression that will be converted into numeric values 1, 0, 0 something like that. Okay, that digital value. Finally you will find it how many genes copy numbers or how many gene expression has been happened in all the genes. Here, so that what happens? How much ever the sample you give, maybe how much the gene may be based on the panel. At that time, expressions can be identified using microarray. Clear? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Any doubts? So what is the use of microarray? Gene expression. Gene expression in the sense? Correct? Thousands and thousands of genes together. Clear? But the probe sequences should be already known. So it means that we can study the gene expression of a sample, whatever it is, maybe human being or plant or whatever it is, we should know the gene sequences previously. Yes? In case if we don't know the gene sequences previously, we cannot utter and we cannot go use gene this microarray because we need to prepare the chip. For that we have to new technology has been developed. What is called as
Next
generation sequencing. Here in next generation sequencing, what happens? You can study the expression of all the genes. You don't need any previous information about the sample. You give the sample, I load it, I check the gene expression, and similarly I can find new genes. In microarray, only known genes can be studied, right? Here what happens? You can also identify the new genes, and you can also check the expression of new genes without any prior information of the genome or genes, whatever it is. Here, that one takes. Okay. Now let's go for a different level. You have done PCR, right?
Yes, sir.
So after doing PCR, what do you do? You run gel. Yes or no? You tell me the procedure. What do? You run the gel, then. Yeah. So see, no issues if you say something wrong. Okay. Remember only when you are wrong, that when you get corrected, that only you will get remembered for a lifelong period. Okay. When you always be correct, then you will not remember that. So it's better to be wrong. Okay. Clear. So after PCR, what do you do? Okay. Okay. You will run the gel. You will compare with the marker. It is correct or wrong. So you will find the base pair size, and then you will deduct that. You will expect that you have designed a primers based on the sequence, right? So that will be around 450 or 500 base pairs. You will cross check whether the base pair that is correct or wrong. That's it. After that, you throw the gel and go home. The result is positive. Am I right? You see, right? It could have been right. So the same size. So after that it's positive, then you throw the gel and move, right? No. So there are some other steps you can. Okay. So after the gel electrophoresis, what happens? You have got the band. So that band only based upon the size, you have confirmed that it is a same product whichever you are expecting, whichever you design primers. But to confirm that, what you do, you have to elute that band from the gel. Gel elution. You should cut the band and then you have to go for what? Sequencing. You wanted to know the sequence, right? You have designed a primer, you have amplified a gene, and you have checked the sizes, matches, but you have to confirm whether the same sequence is this or not. Are you people getting it? Once you have to find it out what the gene product is, right? So to know the array of nucleotides, okay? Array of nucleotides in that, and to confirm that whether that is my product, that is what I was expecting, that's what I was amplifying, you have to check for the sequencing, and also to find any other mutations or something is present or not. For that also you have to go for sequencing. So that is the purpose of sequencing. Clear, right? Now do you know what is the purpose of sequencing? Okay. Will you be happy if I get a result within a day? Yes, right? So that is how they use a technique called as 16S rRNA. It is a PCR based technique. 16S rRNA is a segment in the all bacterial species, and it has a similar region in all bacteria. Similarly, it is a highly diverse region in all bacteria. Okay, when you amplify that region and you check in the database, have you studied about NCBI database? Okay, when you PCR amplify the 16S rRNA and then you take a sequencing, after sequencing you will get the data, right? That will be compared with the NCBI database, and they will check what are the positive, which organism it is. Here, that is how they will check which bacteria it is. Here one, you understood? You understood what is the PCR, right? How 16S rRNA is used to identify bacterial species. If it is a single culture, single colony. In case, do you think all the bacteria can be cloned? Sorry, all the bacteria can be cultured? Do you think all the bacteria can be cultured? No, yes, no. Okay, there are millions and millions of bacteria in the atmospheric environment, and we have not standardized, and it is not possible to standardize mediums to culture all the bacteria. So, in case if you wanted to know what bacteria is present in the soil sample, because the soil sample is good, the soil is the plants are going very good energy. Okay, in that cases, so if you wanted to know what are the bacteria present inside that, then they will be using this NGS technology, and then the technology which are used, what is 16S rRNA region. Okay, so there is a defined primer sets are there. Using that, they will the procedure. Okay? You collect the DNA from the soil, you directly isolate the DNA from the soil sample. You do it right? Not culturing. Directly isolate the DNA from the soil sample. Then you have to go for PCR amplification using that 16S rRNA primers, and then you can sequence using this second generation sequencing, Illumina. So when you do in second generation sequencing, Illumina, as I told you before, it will sequence all the DNA whatever you give. Clear? In Sanger sequencing, you can amplify only a single gene. Okay? But in case of this Illumina, second generation sequencing, whatever the DNA you give, right, it will sequence everything. Clear? So when it sequences everything, then you will do bioinformatics analysis, that the first part. Bioinformatics analysis to check. You do blast analysis with NCBI database. You know blast, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Whenever you don't have any, whenever what I say something you don't understand, just let me know. Okay. You will do blast analysis with NCBI database, and you will find what are all the new microorganisms or what are the microorganisms which is present in the soil samples, so that you will get a clear idea what are all the major bacteria species which is involved in the wealth of the soil which helps in the plants. Yes or no? After that, you can try to standardize culturing that bacteria if possible, or else they will go for synthetic biology to sequence that, and then many processes are there. There is downstream processing. Okay, I will not go for that. So you understood here?
Yes, sir.
You understood right? What is the use?
Yes. Actually, they are little bit scared to the other classroom exam. So they have to be
I am the long term. Okay. So I know you all know the complexity of the genome, right? In the genome, what is homopolymers? Homopolymers?
same kind of molecule.
Yes. Same kind of sequences repeating. For example, GC is GC, right? If it is multiplied to 1 lakh times, it is multiplied to 1 lakh times, GC 1 lakh times, then you go for a short period sequencing, right? Then you cannot assemble the sequences. You cannot assemble the sequence. How many times it will be? How many times the genome sequence contains that GC polymer, that you cannot know it. Similarly, if there is some deletion, or similarly if there is some insertion or something, big insertion or big deletion, like transposons are there. In that case also what happens, in short range sequencing, it is very difficult to align the sequence. There will be a reference genome, right? After that what happens, the DNA you will be sequencing it. Then you will match with the reference genome, based on that mapping, genome mapping, you know the genome mapping aligned, and then you will get the complete sequences. After that they will look for the mutations. Okay, this is the reference genome. This blue color is the genome which sample which we have given. So you will find the mutation. Yes or no? Single nucleotide polymorphism. In case of indels, there is an insertion. Then translocation, in that cases there is some translocation there. You will find all these things. This will be compared with the database. So there is many databases are available where already they have been predicted. These are causing breast cancer. This will cause lung cancer. So they have database of the already results. So you take the data, you combine with the check what are the positive results, and then you will report. And then you will generate a report that this patient has got mutation at this region, which is already recorded in the database. It's a you see nature paper, science papers, etc. Why what they do? They take thousands and thousands of samples, they study these mutations, and then they study this is a common mutations in all the patients. So they can finally end up saying that this mutation might cause, not might cause, this mutation is causing this cancer. And then that all these papers from data from the papers will be collected and they will be created a database. Okay, and then they will be put it into database. That database will be used for us for checking whether the patient is having the such kind of mutation, and finally end up with the report saying that the patient is a positive. Clear? Can you get clear with this picture? Can get it right? It's very interesting when you come into that. When you get into that, you will feel that. Okay, and this is also a high-paying job currently. Okay. Okay, then we will come to the data analysis part. You receive the data, right? You receive the NGS sequencing. You receive the data out of it. After that, you have to do data analysis, sequencing. So, what is this format?
Fast, huh?
You are familiar with this custom format, right? Yes. When you go to database, HCPI database, you will get sequences in this format. Okay? But this is only for sample sequencing. When it comes to NCS, okay, you will get another format. They call it a fast format where it contains 4 lines. Here, header, which contains the sequence information, which cell, which machine, something like that. Then read sequence. This is the sequence which has been sequenced. Okay. Third one is line separator. Just a symbol, plus or minus. Fourth one is quality. So whatever the sequences you are receiving, right, that will be reflected with the quality. So when the quality is not good, the mark will, the numbers will be reduced. It resembles a number from 0 to 99. Okay. Each and everything will give a quality. So higher the good quality, they will give the higher number. Similarly, lower the quality will the lower number. This is how they check it. This is the black box. Actually, as I told you initially, the data which you receive is a huge, right? And it is not, you cannot run this kind of software in normal Windows. Do you have an idea about Linux platforms? Linux platforms? Yes, sir. Okay. See, those who don't know, first reason, those who know, well and good. Linux is the another OS or another software, okay, which works on based on the terminal. Okay, it's a coding. Okay, unlike Windows, where you take a yes or no? You understand? Now the lacking part is the genomics. They need bioinformations, many bioinformations. Because we need lot of data are produced. Nowadays everybody are sequencing. Yes sir? Every hospital are sequencing, every common labs are sequencing. So we need a sequencing data analysis person. I can bring the computer science guy to do that. But the computer guys do not understand the terms, terminology, and he will not be able to get the inference. Interpreting the result is very important. So biology students with a bioinformatics background and with the knowledge of this, these people only mostly prefer because they can interpret the results, they get the outcome. So many people are doing this bioinformatics courses and which are providing it, and it varies from month to year. Okay, recently one girl from Aurangabad, Mumbai, she joined for a 1-year course which cost around 1.5 lakhs. Okay, similarly there are many courses. Don't get shocked, okay, that is very less. Some other institutions they get paid more. We have provided 1 month internship, 2 month internship, project works, which is completely in bioinformatics, and 6 months internship, everything we are providing it. Even we are providing workshops.
Okay, what is the
You people
package?
college teams, we can do workshops, paid workshops, maybe 2 days and 3 days to get an idea about that. Or else you can come for a internship, like 1 month internship, and then you can learn the process and you can have an idea about how it works. Understand? So everybody thinks like if it is bioinformatics is something different. I am not a student, I am a biology student, something different. That will never happen. Now, I am a typical wet lab. My research, my PhD, my postdoc, everything I did wet lab. But for past 2 years, I have learned all the bioinformatics courses slowly one by one, and then I use both wet lab and bioinformatics, and then I am going forward. So there is no option. You have to learn something. Okay? And if you want to make more money also, you have to learn this. This was the truth. Because many students they learn Linux programming or Python. We will be using all this. Generally, okay, so that's why they are included. I'm telling you how it will be. Okay. See, whenever I go data, right? Whenever you take statistical data or this kind of data, end of the day you have to go for data visualization. If you take any papers, in those days, what they will be Excel graphs. Nowadays, in many people, they will be not having Excel graphs. That is outdated. Now they are using programming languages. For example, R program or Python programming, they get the pictures in a different format and they will use like significance values and many things are there. And they will project in a different way. For that, what happens? We have to do for R programming and Python. For that, we have to learn a little bit of Linux also. If you want to move to jump IT field, you learn this, learn MySQL, SQL, machine learning, artificial intelligence. That will be taking another 6 months. If you do that, you can jump directly to IT where people get 50 lakhs per annum. See, this one, I will not say you can get 50 lakhs. Otherwise, you can earn maximum 15, 20 lakhs something like that. Not now, okay, after a bit of experience. Initially, don't think that you will get it, okay? But IT people who are studying data science with 3-4 years of experience, we are getting 25 lakhs, 30 lakhs easily. But if you do this, at least you get matched to an extent. But if you do both of the wet lab, you will get 3 lakhs, 2 lakhs. And then slowly you have to go for your experience. But this is standard. Wet lab is very standard. You may get less salary now, but after a period of 5 years or 10 years, you will be a master. You understand the difference? There will not be anybody to replace you if you are working in a 10 years place. That is the difference. But if you want to make like a quick money, like technology based, then what happens? You have to go for this. See, I am a wet lab, but still I am jumping into it because things are going in a different ways and we don't have any options. So we have to upgrade yourself and then go. So we are providing this training program. Okay, we will provide an FTP server where you can access all the data into that directly. Okay, you don't have to, you can do it online also, but I don't prefer doing online. Okay, if you do online, that will not be worth enough. If you do offline, then you will learn more, you will learn basics, you will learn what is Linux platform, the codings, and art programming. Okay, so you can try for that. Online or offline. Any doubts regarding this? Our projects, friendships.
मारते
So you can ask any question. It's not about only this, about your personal projects, or you need something to do, or you have any idea to do in abroad, or anything, job, whatever it is. So my name is Dr. Vishwa. No doubts? Good semester students. That's something, right? Where do you please make utilize of me. I would like to tell you directly. That is what I was saying. That's not See, yes, we offer industrial visits. Yes, maybe after this March, the month of March and April. Okay, we can visit in Ananda.
So for that also we should contact you.
We have to both industry businesses and college before going.
Yeah, anything you have to contact. You can contact Nagaraj. Okay? You can contact Nagaraj. Okay? For this kind of stuff. If you want to do technical stuff or better guidance or whatever it is, then you can contact. Okay. Projects or anything, job related one. But don't come directly asking for me, sir, I completed here, I came here, you can get me a job or not. Okay. First of all, you should try to get to know about me. Okay. Then you should update the knowledge, and then you should ask me some doubts, and then have a good relationship with them. Then only you have to go. That's what I do with my professors. I will not apply for a postdoc just like that. I will make a proposal. We have a vacancy or not. How I apply for a postdoc from within and abroad is first I have to mail them saying that I have read your paper, this is good, and I have few doubts, something like that. Then what happens? He will be very happy. That like from a guy from India to South part of India, he is studying my paper and he is asking the doubts. So after that he will clarify the doubts. Then you have to continue your relationship in that way. You should completely get whatever they are studying. And you have to get the knowledge, then slowly have a contact with him. So when suddenly when the vacancy comes in his lab, what happens? He will directly, I don't have to ask him. He will guarantee, he will come to me, he will ask, do you have an idea to join our lab? Then I will say yes. That is how it works, okay? You should not come directly that way that sir, give me a job, are you vacancy, what is the salary? That is never works, okay? So please learn that. Why I am asking you to go stay in maintenance? See, you will not find the technology in Google. And you will not study Google. You will not go to Google and type what is the biggest technology, what is the current technology. Will you do that? But you will not do that. But if you go to LinkedIn, what happens? If you follow some big people,
How we will be able to drug discovery? This, though it is like advanced technology as well, we can able to correlate this thing drug discovery.
yes, ma'am. First point is initially. Okay. This is a basic study. This is not a product oriented study.
Disease identification.
Yes, that's what it is. This is for basic study. Basic study means it gives a pathway analysis. Okay, when something is working good or something is wrong, how it works, what are the chances are there, what are the probability to reach that point. That only we can study using this. You cannot directly find the compound or something about that. For example, gene expression is there. Okay, gene expression is there. We have got you work in a plant sample or you work in a cell line sample. You work in cell line samples? Okay, fine, then I will go with that example. Okay, you are working in a cell line sample. You are having a different kind of compounds. You isolate compounds from plants using HPLC purification. Finally, you end up with some kind of products. Then you are applying the product. Okay, you are applying the compound to the cell lines and you check the efficacy, how it works, whether the cell lines are good, whether it is acting against the cell lines, whatever the assay you are doing it. That you will you have found out that is working or not work. After that, what happens? How does it work? So what are the pathway it is involving in that? That we have to study for. For that, what happens? You have to study the gene expression level. Okay, no? You have given a compound, you have taken samples for 0 day, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day. The same control samples you have taken, infected samples you have taken. You are doing NGS transcriptome study. Based on that, you will find a particular set of differentially expressed gene. Some genes will be upregulated, some genes will be downregulated. Then you will select that genes. You will confirm it once again using real-time PCR for further confirmation. Correct. After that, what you do is you will be studying H2 hybridization or protein-protein identification to find in the signaling pathway. So, based on all this, you will narrow down to some kind of proteins which is having highly, you feel like which is highly active on that. Then you can select that protein. That, please, if you are not interested, you can stay silent. Okay, I am answering now. You can listen to that. Please, okay. You can find a set of genes. That genes can be cloned and the protein can be produced. And that protein can be used directly for that purpose. So it is be nature, right? Friendly nature. No, to the cell lines, no, protein-based drug, protein-based this kind of we take intakes, right? Nutraceuticals will be useful for that kind of studies. One, you can study the pathway, basic pathways. Then you can go with the finding of which are the proteins in that. So this is how it will be related to that. But it will be directly not related to your product related. You can get